The United States has carried out a third consecutive night of strikes on Iran, as the confrontation over the Strait of Hormuz enters another dangerous phase. President Donald Trump has announced a renewed U.S. blockade of Iranian shipping and proposed a 20% fee on cargo passing through the strategic waterway, while Iran has responded with fresh attacks and insisted that control of the strait rests with Tehran. Here's the latest. The U.S. military carried out another wave of attacks across southern Iran after President Donald Trump vowed that Tehran would be hit very hard.
And what's the legal
basis? Take what?
The war.
Well, I think it's going very fast. We've demolished their military. We're hitting them very hard. We had a deal yesterday or the day before yesterday. It was all done. And then they broke up that deal immediately because they found out there was something in the deal they didn't like. And they're wired differently, and we're not going to put up with it. We are just going forward. We're attacking them tonight. We're taking out all of their capability for anything having to do with the Strait, with the Hormuz Strait. And I think in the end, we will end up just controlling the whole thing. And what they're doing is being very foolish, very stupid, and they've treated people horribly. They've killed 52,000 protesters so far that we can determine.
CENTCOM said the strikes targeted Iranian capabilities linked to the Strait of Hormuz, while Iranian media reported explosions in Bandar Abbas, Kish, Keshem, Abu Musa Island, Bushehr, and Khuzestan province. Iranian officials said several people were wounded, while rescue operations continued in affected areas. President Trump declared that the Strait of Hormuz would remain open with or without Iran and announced the reinstatement of a blockade on Iranian shipping.
Never reach that conclusion, but we're hitting them very heavy tonight, as you know. We have tremendous amounts of ammunition. We have numbers that we haven't had in years, and we're hitting them very hard, and it'll continue, and we'll see what happens, but we're knocking out all of their offensive capability, and we're controlling the straits. We're putting the blockade back, and it's a blockade not for anybody but Iran. In other words, anybody doing business with Iran can't go through. Everyone else will be able to go through. So it's a blockade. It's a very strong blockade. The blockade was probably more effective even than hitting them, but I think the combination is the thing that really does it.
But do you think a deal is still possible? Do you think they'll return to that?
Yeah, I think a deal is possible, sure, I do.
He also proposed charging a 20% fee on all cargo passing through the waterway, saying the United States would act as the guardian of the Hormuz Strait. The UN shipping agency rejected the proposal, saying international law provides no legal basis for imposing mandatory tolls on ships transiting international straits. The UAE said Iranian cruise missiles struck 2 Emirati oil tankers traveling through Omani waters, leaving several crew members injured. Britain also reported a commercial tanker had been hit by an unidentified projectile near Oman. Iran's Revolutionary Guards claimed they disabled 2 offending supertankers after they ignored repeated warnings and switched off their navigation systems. Bahrain later said its air defenses intercepted Iranian aerial attacks, while Iran also claimed to have targeted a U.S. vessel and military facilities in Kuwait with missiles and drones. Iran dismissed Washington's attempt to assert authority over the Strait of Hormuz, saying the United States has no role in determining the future of the waterway. Foreign Minister Abbas Araki said Iran would remain the guardian of the strait forever, while responding sarcastically to Trump's proposed shipping fee by saying, "20% is of course too much. We will be fair." Iranian military commanders also accused the United States of encouraging vessels to use illegal routes through the strait. The latest military escalation has sharply disrupted maritime traffic through one of the world's busiest energy corridors. The U.S. Navy said a blockade covering Iran's coastline and ports would take effect while allowing inspected humanitarian shipments and neutral transit. Ship tracking data showed vessel traffic through Hormuz had fallen by more than 50% compared with the previous week. Oil prices climbed more than 9% as markets reacted to fears of prolonged disruption to global energy supplies. With military operations continuing for a third straight night and both Washington and Tehran hardening their positions, hopes for reviving diplomacy appear increasingly uncertain. As the Strait of Hormuz remains at the center of the confrontation, the risk of further military escalation, and its impact on global shipping and energy markets, continues to grow.